Hello, online pipe community. Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here. It's Cobb Tuesday. Got my Cobb Tuesday Cobb. No cap. Gentleman doesn't wear cap indoors. Today's Cobb is a Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Rob Roy shape. A little bent pipe. It's a nice little pipe. In it, I have got what I've been smoking for the last couple of weeks. Some Holger Danske Black and Bourbon. This is it's a mildly aromatic. As the name implies, it's a black Cavendish with a bourbon topping. Now, some of you detect a bourbon topping in Carter Hall. I sometimes do, not consistently. This has a very consistent bourbon flavor. It is not overwhelming. It is, however, ever present. It is also a little sweeter than I would like. For those of you who are fans of Maker's Mark and other such sweet wheat bourbons, this might be up your alley. I like a little pepperier bourbon, an Elijah Craig small batch or a Wild Turkey 101, that kind of thing. But this does have a very good flavor, and the flavor does last all the way down to the bottom of the bowl. Now, this is my first Holger Danske blend to ever try. It is not a wet aromatic. I very rarely gave this more than a couple of minutes dry time, and that usually wasn't intentional. I'd lay it out to get ready to fill my pipe and get distracted by something. I did not ever deliberately leave it out to dry. It takes a couple of relights sometimes, but it does not burn wet. It's not goopy. It does burn a little hot sometimes if I push it too hard, but as with most aromatics and a lot of Virginias, sipping it slowly is the way you're going to get the best flavor out of it anyway. So slow down, relax, enjoy the flavor. This really is very good. If I were an aromatic smoker, I would definitely give this, put this on at least around a 4. Because it really is very good. As it is, this is a 3 in my spreadsheet. Mostly just because I'm not going to buy it again. It is rather good, but it doesn't grab my attention the way the stronger non-aromatics that I prefer do. I don't recall who gifted me this tin, but thank you so much. This was a real treat to get to try. Like I said, to get to try something, a brand I had never even heard of. I was not familiar with them at all. And it really is a rather good, as aromatics go, rather good blend. On to Christmas. Now, I got my Secret Santa box, a week and a half or so ago. But my voice was even worse then than it is now. And so I decided to wait to do this until I had my voice back. So let's show what my Secret Santa sent me. I got some good stuff. First off, sample of a couple very flexible flakes of Stonehaven. Those flakes are still in good shape. Those are going to be nice to smoke. I haven't had Stonehaven in a couple of years. When I did, it was a bit dried out and it did not rehydrate well. This is pretty fresh. I think this is going to be a much better experience for me. I liked the flavor. But it didn't wow me, and I suspect that these are in much better condition than those were. Second thing, a tin of last year's Kringle Flake. Now, of course, with this year's having been released just a bit ago, there's a lot of talk about this. It's a 20-year-old aged red Virginia that is then Cavendished and combined with Mark Ryan with the last of his decade series Perique, which was an 18-year-old Perique. From what I understand, this year's batch is the last of that Perique. So if you are a fan of Mark Ryan's Periques, you might want to grab some of this year's. I am going to look forward to trying this. Now, I got a big brick of this at the Christmas party from Curmudgeon, so I'm probably actually going to smoke his brick and keep aging this tin. Thank you so much. Last and most definitely not least, I fell in love with this blend the first time I tried it. But the first time I tried it was not this, was not a batch this old. This is one of those unobtainium type things because they made it a couple of different years and they haven't made it since. And that is C&D's San Sepulcro. I absolutely love this stuff. Now, this is a tin from 2016, so it's got 7 years of age on it, and I can feel the tin bulging a little bit already. This is, I'm not going to continue aging this. I'm going to smoke this year. This one will definitely get opened. Thank you so much. You hit right on the nose with that San Sepulcro. That is just phenomenal stuff. So thank you so much, Secret Santa. Let's see, what have I got next? Next up, Dolly says hi. And I'm going to relight. Gentle relight on some of these aromatics. You don't really want to burn the tobacco underneath it. You just want to gently get that ember going again. There we go. Some of my Burleys and those rough and tumble got with Hogarth, like the Irish twists, the ropes. Man, those things can take a torching when you relight them. Don't do that with your aromatics, guys. A little more gently. Especially if, like me, you're a Burley smoker and you tend to freight train everything. Take your time. Don't be afraid to gently relight more than once. All right, second Christmas item I got. If you watch Pipe&Tobak, Yanez, if you watch his site, his channel, he does a lot of blending. Particularly, he does some really delicious looking cigar cakes. In past years, I have been intensely jealous of the guys who got these cakes because I always wanted to try them. They just look so good when Yanez is putting them together. And this year I was humbled, fortunate enough to receive a box from Yanez. Absolutely beautifully packaged. It's a wooden hinged box. Let's see if I can slide that ribbon off. Yep. Dear Ethan, I wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Giannis, thank you very much. And, all right, you got to pronounce your hometown for me, because there's absolutely no way that this Southern boy is going to do that justice. But do it for me. I mean, it looks like Ljubljana. Is that close? Anyway, thank you so much, Giannis. Look at this absolutely lovely, lovely box. He has got that etched with a Christmas logo and his year. I mean, is that not beautiful? The box in itself is a gift, Giannis. I mean, that is something else. All right, we're gonna have to relight that again in a minute here. Inside the box are 2 cakes, and wow, they're vacuum sealed. Those are solid cakes, and he has got one that's just labeled cigar cake, and the other one is Romeo y Julieta cigar cake, and in both cases, he has got the recipe right there on the inside of the box. So when I determine just how much I love these, I can decide which one of these I want to make. Absolutely incredible gift. And this box is beautiful. The corners are dovetailed together. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, the work on these little boxes it's just absolutely beautiful. And I know from having watched some of the other guys and turning green with envy, I know that I'm going to enjoy this cigar cake, both of these. All right. Before the last item, let's get relit. There we go. Last item. I am not going to smoke the rest of that. There's probably 2/3 of this tin left. I've got one person in mind that I'm going to hold about half of what's left of this. So probably between 1/2 and 2/3 of an ounce. And the other 1/2 to 2/3 of an ounce, I'm going to send to one of you guys. If you would like to try this, and I have not ever sent you anything before, be the first to comment. Please Holger the list Danske for me. And you can use that to cheat on the spelling. Yes, it's corny. I don't care. That's what I want to do. With that, folks, do light something that you like. Might even surprise you and be a bourbon aromatic. Enjoy your afternoon.